Infinite and Grand Day family, and welcome back to Yvette's View. And today I just wanted to do a part 2 to self-love. And what's funny, I have to bring this in too. I have to talk about the fact that when I posted my video for Friday, it didn't actually get posted until Saturday because I thought I had did everything I was supposed to do for it to go up on Friday evening, and lo and behold, it did not. So as I'm getting back into the swing of posting and setting up videos and doing them and everything like that, I now have to, I don't know if they did something new or whatever, but yeah, it didn't post when I thought it was going to post. I thought I hit everything that I needed to hit and upload and we're good to go, but no, it wasn't visible. So no, unfortunately it didn't post until the next day. And so let me just go into what was on my mind about, at least to add on to what I was talking about in the first video about self-love. One thing that's so vitally important that I think, in my view, is how to create your own world. Yes, I said it. Create your own world. You can intentionally create your own world, and I attribute my yoga practice, which is, told you, the Bliss Yoga, taught me how to do that. And for me, waterfalls, the sound of water, beaches, greenery, grass, nature, all of those things I found made me relax. It allowed me to really go deep into a meditative state. In that moment, the only thing that mattered was creating that world. And that was the other thing that was very vitally important as well, is being in the moment. We tend to be way ahead of our day in the moment, right? It's like, in this moment, I'm thinking about, okay, I gotta go to work later, I got to cook this, and I have that to do. But right now, what's important right now, right in this moment? Well, the only thing that's important right now for me at this moment is to get across to you what I want to speak about, not about what I have to do later. So what's important is for me to focus and be on what the task at hand is, which is, like I said, to create your own world, which again ties into self-love. Why? Because your world is going to make you happy. Your world is going to bring you peace. Your world is going to bring you joy. So once you create that world and you carry that world with you, because it's within, that world is within inside of you. What does that world look like to you? What's in it? Are there trees? Is there water? Is there sand? Is it blue ocean? What does that look like for you? And only you know what that looks like. Only you know what brings you joy. If that's a place that you can imagine that would bring you that type of feeling, that's the type of feeling that you kind of want in your world. At least for me. In my view, that would be the world that I would want, that would bring me, I would be able to just, with no worries in the world, no stress at all. We're talking stress-free environment. And even in that environment, what's allowed in that world? Do you want somebody bringing drama to that world? No. Do you want somebody bringing trash into that world? No. So what do? You still have to create in your world boundaries, rules and regulations of how that's going to go. Speak your truth authentically. Stand on your square unapologetically and with confidence. When you're confident in how your world is going to be and what's allowed in that world, you don't have to worry about what other people are going to say or do. They'll either respect it or they won't come at all. And if they don't want to come at all, that's even better, because they already know, you can't bring just any old thing into her world, because she's going to tell you, no, that's, sorry, that just doesn't reside. That's what I used to tell my friends. I'll give you an example. That doesn't reside here. You can't bring that here. I had a situation where someone wanted to bring someone else's stuff to me. I didn't even know the other person. So that was already number one. Like, why would you tell me about somebody I don't know? Number one. Talk about that person and their situation. Number two. And the only thing that came to my mind at the time was, well, why was she that way? What got her to that place for you to now sit in judgment and talk about her to me? Then when you give me her background story that you know so far, come to find out now I can see why that's her reaction, because of the trauma that she felt or that she suffered or went through then and never got that straightened out. So you really can't be that mad at this particular person. They need to heal. And when you come with that type of response instead of the typical response, like, girl, something wrong with her, blah, 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 blah. Instead of joining into that, my response was different. This happened after I had created my world family. So let me just bring that on back. Before I would have engaged, before I started doing this practice, I would have been all up in the Kool-Aid and jumped up in there. And I think once I got back with this new understanding and learning to listen, I did a practice where I practiced the art of listening. And so what I found is that when I was listening to other people talk, I was literally listening to every word that came out of their mouth. I didn't have a thought in my head of how to respond or anything. The only thing that I wanted to make sure is that I recorded in my brain what they were saying, so that when it was time for me to talk, all I'm going to do is recite what you just told me. Because if you're bringing me something, I want to be able to respond. But I had to let them know up front, don't bring me anything if you don't want the actual truth. If you don't want a truthful answer, don't bring it here. I'm telling you that up front. But when you decide to love yourself first and you're putting yourself first, you know automatically of what can come in that world and what's not allowed in that world. But it literally starts to shift your world, because you decided that you're important. You made the decision that what you bring to me it has to be something that's going to be uplifting. Otherwise, I'm sorry, you're going to have to take that somewhere else. I'm just not there, nor do I want to be there. I've been there, done that. This place over here, this world that I've created, is so much better than what I used to play in. I used to play in that world. I used to engage in that world. And what I found was it brought me a lot of tension. Shoulders up here. shoulders up to the neck. But when I created my world, I noticed that I could take a breath. I could relax. I could put my shoulders down. Like I said, I had no idea my shoulders was up to my neck until I learned to relax them. Tension and stress within my world, that doesn't exist. That's not even allowed. You can't bring me that in my world. What's so vitally important that I wanted to do a part 2 to this self-love of just how important it is for you to create your world and stay in your world as much as possible. And is it easy? You will have your challenges because we're out here in this world. However, even being in it doesn't mean you have to be of it. You don't have to play them games. Your game is different, or how you do and respond now is different. You're not in reaction mode. You're in love mode. You're in peace mode. It's like, you know what? I would love to. No, matter of fact, let me change that. I would not love to be in that position or even engage in that position with you. It's not bringing me anything. It's not edifying me. It's not bringing me joy. It's not bringing me no laughter. I can't get my tahi on because, again, I loves to get my laugh on. If you're not bringing nothing that's going to give me my laugh on, well, you know what, take that somewhere else. I'm like, there's enough, we got enough going on in our world that, in this outside world, this 3D world that we have to deal with. So, as much as possible, even when you're in the 3D, you can still be on your inside world. And I'm telling you, people will eventually respond or conduct themselves differently around you because they know what they can and cannot do any longer. But at the end of the day, you have to establish that. And it's not even in a bad way. You can just be just as upfront and kind and nice about it. Like, you know what, guys? Let me just tell you right now, this is where I am. And this is what's allowed. So don't bring me anything. If you don't want to hear the truth, don't come. Don't come here. Because all I can give you is the truth. And that's the truth from just my perspective. And based on the information that's given. Because I'm definitely going to listen to what you're saying. And then I'm going to ask you if that's what you meant when I repeat it back to you. I love that journey of doing that art of listening. It was very eye-opening. That was the first time I literally started to hear what people were saying to me and about me on the slide. Had I not been paying attention, or had I not really started to listen to what my so-called friends were saying to me, and I do say so-called because they said, well, they were my friends, but actions sometimes just didn't always match up to, at least in my purview of what a friend would do. And see, that's the other part. That's my other judgment I had to come to. And I'll have to say that someone mentioned to me, it's not about what others do. It's just about what you do. You can't compare what you do for other people, that's how they're supposed to respond to you or conduct themselves back towards you. You may not get that. You just have to be who you are authentically, give and let it be. Love and just love without any expectation. Give without any expectation. Everything I do now, I'll have to say that. Everything I do now and going forward is all in the passion, it's all in love, because I have decided that I'm more important. And what I do for myself, it's going to be good for everyone else. I know this. I've experienced it. I've done the actual work, if you will. I've put it to practice, and what I've been getting back is exactly what I've been putting out. It's what you put out is what you get back, and I didn't really understand that completely until I started to actually put that into practice. So I can only tell you about what I know, my experience, my view of what happened with me is when I decided to create my own world, have my own boundaries. You eventually had to respect it or not engage at all. You can choose to engage and still be around, or you don't have to. Choice is yours, but my world still goes. My world is still spinning. But again, family, at the end of the day, when you mind your business and business your mind, shout out to Dr. B series. It's so true. When you mind your own business, because I don't have time to be minding yours. I got my own business to mind, and then I have to mind my own business. Self-love and loving ourselves first without judgment, without guilt, knowing that you deserve it, knowing that what's good for you is going to be good for the rest of this world. You're creating the world that you want, and you're actually recreating even yourself, being the best person that you were meant to be, or just the person that you are, but you had other stuff in your world that kind of changed the trajectory of who you truly are. You are so important to this world that's why it's important that you create your world and be self-full. As my sister would say, Leticia, self-full, full of yourself first. I'm gonna add that. Let's be full of ourselves first. I like that. I'm going to be full of myself first. That way, once I'm full of myself first, everything that spills out is going to make this whole world just delicious. With that being said, family, I hope you enjoyed what I had to offer today. Just bringing part 2 that I wanted to bring to you. And thank you so much for spending some time with me, because you could have been anywhere else. I appreciate all of you that click on. I appreciate all of you that show me love by hitting the like button and hitting the share button. Also, and hitting that notification bell so that you're notified every time I post a video. And with that being said, family, I love you all. Enjoy making your world just the way you want it. Whatever brings you peace, whatever brings you bliss, only you know that. Go and create it and be self-full first. Peace.